Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video, we're just going to have a look at the the Rune synergies. So this is the best in Rune synergy, and there are 5 different types of Rune synergy. The way that you go about activating these is you... Thanks, Sal. Appreciate that. Thanks for the reminder. You jump into runes, and then you don't need the exclusive runes in order to activate this rune synergy. You just need epic runes. So if I were to go ahead and I were to change these, say for example, if I were to pop in this one, for example, this is the level in which you need all of these runes at in order to activate this rune synergy. And you also... Nearly did. Nearly. Yeah, we'll transfer those over. And you also... damn. Well, I just learned something. You cannot transfer over 100 levels over to a level 80. That's something for me to reflect on, I think. But you also need the unit up to 8 stars. So you need 3 copies of the unit overall in order to get that unit up to that 8-star mark to unlock this passive ability, or these passive abilities and these rune synergies. So we're just going to have a look firstly at strikers, and who do I think is the best striker? Well, honestly, I do think it is Atrops. The reason that I think it's Atrops is because she goes in just about every single striker's team. Just in case you are not aware, Atrops does have a skin to give her +5 speed, +5 defense and crit resistance, but this is the original skin, OG Atrops there. She is a fantastic unit. Now, other units which I think are absolutely phenomenal, Mulan. Mulan is a really, really powerful unit, and the reason for that is because she allows for all of the team to apply burn. Now, applying, is it this one or is it this one? Yes, so it is her 7-star passive. You do need to get her up to 7 stars in order for this passive to proc. But at the start of battle, Dragon's Soul empowers Mulan and allied units in the same row to enhance their attacks with 1 stack of burn, which deducts 5% from the target each round up to 10 times their own attack, lasting 1 round, can stack up to 5 times. So effectively, you can remove 25% of a unit's health or an enemy's health per round, and that lasts for 1 round. If you can increase the duration of this using different methods like the Sinful Band in seasonal content, then this can stack and stack and stack, and it can just keep reducing the enemy's health massively. It is a really powerful ability. Her first passive, effectively, she increases her own attack and allies' max HP with a maximum limit of 66. Whenever an ally triggers a follow-up attack, Mulan channels the power of her Dragon Soul to make a basic attack follow-up against the target, dealing 60% physical damage and applying 3 stacks of corrode. That 3 stacks of corrode, really helpful in building up the damage that is done to the team. Now, there is one more unit on here which I wanted to go through that's in the Strikers synergy, and that is Ra. Ra is the most recent, or one of the most recent units to be released via the Oath Recall, and will be coming up over the course of the next couple of days, I believe, in the Oath Recall event. I would suggest she is the best of the 3 units that have been released this season, despite my wants for ISIS to be the best. I think ISIS is a very long-term investment, whereas Ra is actually quite good, especially at 9 stars. So getting her up to 9 stars is a very, very sure way to win Rift Odyssey. The reason for that, while Ra is deployed every 2 rounds, she initiates a duel between the ally with the highest attack and the enemy with the lowest attack. Typically, the ally with the highest attack will be Atrops. So if you have Atrops and Ra on the same team, it will allow for Atrops to ultimate first before she casts her first ultimate in that round 2. So effectively, at the very start of the round, she will cast that ultimate, and then she'll move into her actual attack or her actual ultimate. So effectively, you can ultimate twice with Ra on the field. And Ra must be at 9 stars. But if Ra is at 7 stars, I believe it goes to every 3 rounds. So on the 3rd round, Atrops will cast her ultimate, and then after that, she will also then cast her secondary skill. And that is it. I mean, there are all of these DD strikers, so for example, Catherine, really strong, Nyx is okay, Seraphina, very good, Hecate, I think needs to be at higher stars, if I'm honest. I think she needs to be, and I do think you need some of her runes as well. Tsukiyomi, another striker, very, very strong, very, very powerful, but I haven't really got her up to the star level required, and I don't have her runes as well. Her runes are very, very effective. But again, those are the most accessible. That is Atrops as number 1 because she's the most accessible striker and provides the most value. And then Mulan as well because Mulan will see you through to end game content. I'm talking Apex difficulty in Rift Odyssey. I'm talking the high end stuff in Palace of Penrose and Lost City to a certain extent. Yeah, Mulan does all of it. However, Atrops I'm still running in those teams as well, which is why those two, for me, are probably the strongest of the strikers synergy. Sal, poor Sal, he was my favourite. Still my favourite non-DD unit, and it's those runes. So Celine converts 20% of healing received into own attack. That is unlimited. You can stack that as much as you like. There is no cap on that, but you do need to have him take damage and then heal it back up, and then he converts healing into attack. So just something to keep in mind there. And again, Ra, phenomenal unit, absolutely. I'm loving Ra. I've run in Ra in my Foggy Coliseum teams, even at 9 stars. She is really, really powerful, and I think once the season ends, Ra's buffs are going to go away. The seasonal buffs, in case you don't know, these seasonal units do get massive, massive buffs. These ones here, permanently boosting Ra's stats in Season 9, attack, defense, and max HP by 147%, an additional 73% in PvP and GVG modes, and increase attack by 50%. Again, it's only valid during Season 9, so we'll see just how good Ra is once the seasonal buffs wear off. Now, let's move on to Protectors. And here we are. So we are onto the Protectors list, and who do I think is the best Protector? Well, first, we've got to talk about Gaia. Gaia is just an outstanding unit and one that I think you should be prioritizing right from the start of the game. When I first, when I started a new account, it was about 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. I started a new account. Don't really touch it anymore. It is what it is. I just don't have time to do 2 accounts, but I did pick Gaia as my first choice from the Oracle shop. I picked her, then I picked Dahlia, and then I picked up Elisha after that. The reason for that, her passive just comes so free and easy. Applies 1 stack of corrode applied by allies. Gaia increases all allies' damage boost by 10% and damage reduction by 0.6%. Really, really strong ability. And then this one here, Gaia possesses unique power of reduced speed of all enemies by 30%. It is unique. There is no other effect like this in the game. Gaia is the only one to do it, and it's why she is run in most PvP teams, because you want that attacker's advantage, even if you are defending. That's what Gaia gives you, effectively. The next unit that I think is absolutely spot on for Protectors is Lancelot. Lancelot is an absolutely fantastic powerhouse, especially early on within the game and towards the later stages as well. And it is this passive. Lancelot is deployed, increases the corrode effect damage by 200% for all allies. Really, really strong. That 200% increase just wipes out enemy teams. If you get him up to sort of 8 or 9 stars when you first start out, he becomes a must run in a lot of your teams, and the more corrode effects you can get, the more corrode stacks you can get, the better. This passive, it's not super important because you aren't really going to be running him with a lot of these units that do apply Phantom Illusion or Soul Devour like Hades. It is what it is, but you do have his runes, which also allow when he takes action, there's a 30% chance to apply Phantom Illusion, so he can proc himself, and then when he does proc that Phantom Illusion, you do have his runes, he will also apply corrode to enemies as well. Now there is another Protector on here, which I did want to talk about, and just make sure that people are aware of, and that is Karnak. If you've been playing the game for any length of time, you'll understand that Karnak, even at 6 stars, he is a staple within the Ethereal's team. Really, really strong. So when Karnak is deployed and his ally lands a crit, there is a 100% chance to heal the entire team, providing healing equal to 50% of his attack, plus 3 of the target's max HP as well. So really, really strong ability, really powerful. I cannot understate how far that took me in the early game, pairing him with Katrina on the same team, and now additionally Wukong as well on that team. The 3 protectors can do a lot of work, especially in the Ethereals team, where the Ethereals really, they do need as much defense as they possibly can with that damage share. Now, Leandra, again, a great pairer with Hades and another protector. Hades, he is what he is, and he does reduce, he increases damage reduction by 35% and can execute targets below, with HP below 35% after dealing damage. For this for me is what he is all about. He's just making sure that your units can actually execute. You see this in Karnak's epic runes, the execute 30%. You rely on that quite a bit because even though you get them down to 30% HP, there might still be another 5 rounds to go in the battle because the enemies in PvE have so much HP, whereas units like Hades, units like Karnak can reduce that quite drastically as well. And Leandra, a great unit to pair alongside Hades with the amount of ultimates that she does. So that's it from me on protectors. I think Gaia is the best protector in the game, paired alongside Lancelot as well, who does a lot of work. You have Karnak, who pairs alongside Katrina and Wukong. Very, very strong. And then you've got Hades, who pairs alongside Leandra very, very well as well. But I would say Gaia is the unit that you need to prioritize. So let's jump into Phantoms. Okay, so now we are looking at Phantoms, and the list is a little bit shorter for Phantoms because they haven't released as many Phantoms as they have Protectors or Strikers. It is a little bit of a shame because the Phantom synergy, I would say, is probably the second best out of this particular lineup. You've got Monarch, I think personally is the best, and then you've got Phantom, a relatively close second. Just so frustrating when you're going up against Phantoms and they keep popping up and dying and popping up and dying. It is really frustrating. Sometimes they sneak a win. It is really frustrating sometimes. But the best of the best is Dahlia, particularly because of her passive abilities, being able to swap positions with allies, granting them 1500% attack and 3000% HP is no small joke, especially in early stages where you want as much of a boost as possible. Really, really strong units and a staple, I would say, in the OMNIHEROES community. Everybody knows how strong Dahlia is, and everybody runs Dahlia in just about every team that they can get away with. Just in case you aren't aware, this is her actual skin. And she does have another skin as well. This is the Foggy Colosseum skin. And this is the Chinese New Year skin as well. So you do also have Janna. Janna is really, really powerful. A lot of people sleep on Janna. Please don't sleep on Janna. The reason is because Janna unleashes Iron Throne to imprison enemies, dealing up to 378% magic damage. It's not... It's not... how you would say super impressive or a super high number. We have seen many units surpass that particular percentage, but it is more alongside this. When any unit on the battlefield dies, Janna increases her attack by 50% up to 20 stacks, so she does get up to 1000% stack. And then if you do have her runes as well, her runes are very, very impressive. I've only got epic at the moment, but if we have a look, when any unit on the battlefield dies, she applies shield equal to 200% of her attack for 3 rounds as well. Upon revival, she has 33% chance to apply shield equal to 1000% of her attack for 3 rounds. If you have her half red runes, and full red runes is 100% chance to apply 1000% of her attack as shielding. So really, really strong. As you can see, I've gone for all dodge runes on her. It is the strangers that really do kick things off. So strangers inherit 50% of Janna's stats but don't attack, and after 2 rounds it will self-destruct and deal damage equal to 2 times Janna's ultimate skill on all enemies. That also increases with her attack as well, so these strangers will get stronger and stronger the longer the battle goes on and the more units that have died as well. Don't see a lot of people running Janna anymore. They usually prefer running Aphrodite in that situation. But again, Janna is really strong and she does the business. Now, other notable units, specifically Elmer, he will fall off. The reason that he'll fall off is because he's primarily run in Rift Odyssey, where he allows your team to become immortal. He has now been replaced by Ra. So Ra allows for all of your team to send their damage over to her, and if you have the Undying Shield, which Elmer is famous for pairing with, as the artifact, the Undying Shield allows for all of your units, as long as you have a back row unit surviving, to take basically 0 damage or survive. The reason that Elmer is so powerful, you pop him on that front line, his back row can't go down, and then Elmer can't go down himself because your back row is still alive. Ra is slightly different in that she'll absorb all of that damage down to 30% HP, and then she will stay alive for as long as the battle goes on for. So as well, she is a striker, which is why she's going to outpace Elmer, I suspect anyway. Although Elmer is still a phantom, so can be paired with units like Dahlia, like Janna, for example, on a Doom's team or on a Mystifier's, an Avengers team. Really, really powerful units. But again, Elmer's just going to fall off, unfortunately, because you can't apply Taunt in Rift Odyssey, and that's just the way of things. So yeah, those are my picks. Dahlia is number 1, Janna is number 2, and Elmer is a notable mention. I would say that Janna gets a lot of her strength from the units that you pair with her. So for example, Althea, she gets a lot of strength from Althea's 7-star passive. Whenever a unit on the, it's not this one, it is 6-star passive. I was getting confused. No, maybe not. It is 7-star passive. I was right. I shouldn't doubt myself. When Althea is deployed, the revival effect for Avengers Synergy Mates takes effect immediately instead of the next round. And then pairing those two, so Janna and Althea together, as well as having Nerissa on the team, it pumps the team up. It really does, and it makes for such a strong threesome. You've got, again, Janna, Althea, and Nerissa. That is one of the teams that I'm running in Foggy Coliseum at the moment as the 3 units, is Janna, Janna, Althea, and Nerissa. So, bear with me. I'm just going to jump into Enchanters. Okay, so we've jumped into Enchanters now, and who would I say is the best Enchanter? Well, there's only one choice, it is Eudora, but she's not very accessible at all, in any way, shape or form. She comes around once every 2 months. You can summon for her on the Oath Recall. She's currently rarer than any new seasonal unit, and it's because of how powerful she is. The reason that she's so powerful is because of this here. When Eudora deals crit, there is a 50% chance to apply Healing Rupture. So Healing Rupture, in case you don't know, if, say, for example, Seraphina were to heal an enemy on the enemy team, or if enemy Seraphina were to heal an enemy, they will take that damage instead. Really, really powerful. When Eudora takes lethal damage, her HP reduces to 1, and she immediately recovers 50% of her max HP. So not only is she crippling the enemy, applying control effects herself to these enemies, but she's also reducing her HP to 1 and then reviving as well. So she's got a bit of an Avengers type quality to her. Really, really strong. This one as well, Eudora summons her Flaming Phoenix to launch 10 attacks against a random enemy. This is such a powerful ability. The reason for it is because there are 10 single target damage attacks, and it can target up to 5 random enemies, because it's going to be 5 enemies on the team, on the enemy team. But it's the 10 attacks against a random enemy. If 3 of those hit, then you've taken down a Monarch. It's really, really powerful. And not only that, but if you do pair her along other enchanters as well, when an ally unit deals damage, there's a 40% to confuse the target. When dealing damage to confused targets, temporarily increase damage boost by 100%. So pairing her alongside other enchanters works very well, which is why a lot of people run her alongside our next enchanter, and a much more accessible enchanter as well, and that is Wu Zetian. Wu is such a powerful unit. She just provides so much to the team. Damage boost by 50%, 75% chance to reduce damage taken by 75%. This goes up to 100% chance to reduce damage taken by 75%. If you have her exclusive runes as well, which I prioritised, made sure to get those exclusive runes as quickly as I possibly could. And also she does steal enemy units as well. So if you can keep her alive for the entire fight, by round 10 she should have stolen all of the enemy units, and there should just be one left, which is a really, really powerful thing to do. Now, another unit as well, a unit which I run very often in the in late game Rift Odyssey. I'm running currently in my late game Lost City, late game Palace of Penrose. And a unit which I run typically on any Dooms team is Ophelia. Very, very strong, and it is this first passive here. When Ophelia is deployed, the effect of increasing max HP of all allies will additionally provide an attack bonus with a conversion rate of 50%. You also have this as well. When Ophelia is on the battlefield, allies have 25% chance against Sanctuary, so effectively she makes your entire team invincible, and every time you increase your HP, she also increases the attack of the enemies as well, or sorry, of our team. Now I do have her exclusive runes as well, only up to epic, but when she is deployed, Sanctuary additionally increases the max HP of the target by 50% until the end of battle. Really, really strong effect as long as you're applying Sanctuary, and there are many, many ways to apply Sanctuary, especially in seasonal content. So when you're going through Rift Odyssey, if you do have, when units deal reflect damage, 25% chance to gain Sanctuary. Again, it is really, really powerful paired with Ophelia. Very, very strong. Now, there is a final unit on here that I want to discuss, and it is Mastermer. He is the best unit. I'm just joking. Do not chase Mastermer. He's garbage. I got his half red runes. I thought his half red runes would make him better. When he lands a crit, he restores HP of all allies by 90%. This just doesn't do anything. I mean, it does stuff, but you're already running Karnak on the team, so what's the point in running Mastermer? You know, it is what it is. No, the one I want to talk about is Lachesis. Lachesis is a very slept on unit. She does not she's not run in most Avengers teams. Most people will run Mavis, Aphrodite, Janna, Althea, and Nerissa as well. Typically, I would take Nerissa out and I would put Lachesis in. And the reason for that is because of her ultimate ability right here. So Lachesis has uses the power of goddesses to heal the ally unit with the lowest HP, but it has a 100% base chance to dispel all buffs from all enemies, which means that she can effectively remove any holy shields, remove any shielding that you might be having a problem with. She will remove any attack increases, defense increases, HP increases. The only thing she doesn't remove with this typically will be all of the stacks from Gaia, the Genesis Glow, Elisha's freeze effect, and well, not freeze effect, Elisha's HP and attack stacking, Arthur's HP and attack stacking. Those are a separate stack. It's weird. It's weird how it works, but those don't get removed when Lachesis casts her ultimate. It is just this is primarily for the temporary buffs as well, not the buffs that stick around for the entire battle. Think about it that way. Yeah. So if it's a temporary buff, Lachesis will remove it. Really powerful. It is, trust me, especially when you're trying to get through holy shields on bosses in Rift Odyssey, in Palace of Penrose, if you want to remove shields right at the start, and Lost City as well if you're having trouble. Lachesis is often used as an enemy to remove all of your buffs and is very, very effective. So yeah, if you can pick up a copy of Lachesis, get her up to that 8 stars where her ultimate will then remove all buffs from all enemies. Really strong, but yeah, Eudora, the most powerful but least accessible unit. So I would chase Wuzatam. She is such a powerful unit, just in case. That is her other skin as well, so that's default. I just, I very much enjoy the speed on that skin. So let's jump into my favourite class of all time, Monarchs. Okay, and we are back. So, as you can see, Monarch is most definitely my favourite, and the reason for that is because of my contracted heroes. If you don't know, you can change these out and it will improve your overall power level, but I've got 4 Monarchs up there. So that should tell you something about that, of who I have prioritized over the course of the game. I did prioritize Talanas and Talos, Dullahan and Macaria. The reason for that is because this team effectively made up my Rift Odyssey team for quite some time. And the Monarch synergy is just so strong. This year, ally units will not take damage exceeding 30% of their max HP in a single instance of damage. Every 1% of the HP that the target loses increases damage boost by an additional 2% up to 100%. So powerful. Like the... Hold on. The second hair that I found today. Gross. Ally units will not take damage exceeding 30%. It means that you've got to be hit 5 times. And with a lot of the units in the game doing single target damage with all of their attacks, this is a powerhouse. It really is. And it really does stop stuff like reflect damage. So if you are struggling in Rift Odyssey, where you have, say for example, you've got enemy Doom's team on there, or enemy Mystifier's team, or maybe a combination of both, and your units just straight up die right at the start of battle, you need to apply Holy Shield, and you need to have Monarchs as well. Monarch will save you in that, and it will allow you to get a couple of hits in, which will then increase chances of winning. So who do I think is the best Monarch? Well, technically, it would be Hallisser. I know, weird, but it is her runes. When deploying 3 Monarch synergy mates, Hallisser and Monarch synergy mates increase max HP by 500%. So your entire team will get an additional 500% if you're running 5 Monarchs, which you probably should be at least 4, I would say. At least 4. 3 is okay, but 4 to get the increase in damage boost. Now, there are so many good Monarchs. Every unit on here is a good unit. I don't know what to tell you on this one. I would say probably it's a toss-up between Elisha and Aphrodite. Elisha for PvE and Aphrodite for PvP. Just so strong, both of these 2 units. Elisha, I would say, has more of a general utility, so you can use Elisha in any team because all teams will crit. They want to crit as much as possible, but Elisha gives even more when they do crit. So they apply freeze and increases max attack and max HP as well, stacking up to 50 times. These buffs cannot be removed by Lachesis or Purification. They will stick around for the entire battle. Whereas Aphrodite, it is every time a unit dies on the battlefield, Aphrodite will use her ultimate. No limit on that. When Aphrodite uses her ultimate, she applies Phantom Illusion on 1 enemy. It's just so strong. It really is just so strong in PvP. The first time I got a copy of Aphrodite, up to, I believe it was 7 stars, I was doing PvP stuff with her. Jumped into, previously, I had Avi in my Warzone for Yggdrasil. So in here, had Avi in here. And the only team that could beat any of Avi's teams, I'm talking, he was at 5,000 million power level with just his teams alone, whereas I was at sort of 1,500, something like that, between both teams. The only unit that could take enemies down or take an entire team down by herself was Aphrodite. No 2 ways about it. She is the best unit in PvP, in my opinion. You come up against enemy Aphrodite, you know you're losing at least 1 to 2 of your units, which is very relevant in tournament mode. It's very relevant in Foggy Coliseum now, and also well, not so much relevant in World Arena or in the Yggdrasil or actual arenas. It is more along the lines of as soon as you put Aphrodite down, she's got to take the cake. She really will. Whereas Elisha is, it's not a slow build. She will build up, especially if you pair her alongside units like Eudora or Karnak, who increase crit rate for the entire team. Dora Bella also works very well alongside Elisha as well. But again, I would say Elisha for Elisha for PvE, Aphrodite for PvP as the 2 strongest Monarchs effectively. But any of these units, I mean Astrid, for example, Astrid is a staple in PvE. You do require her in Grace Rooms. She is still around, and increasing attack, because this passive is never going to go away. This rune passive, when she's deployed, allies gain 1.5% attack for every 1 speed. That can be increased further in seasonal content. You can get your ancient accessories. I believe the earrings provide an additional 50 speed, so that is an additional 75% attack for all of your units, and that goes on to your base stats as well. Very, very strong. Mavis, another powerhouse. So powerful. She is, in effect, the strongest Avenger. As long as you got her up to 11 to 12 stars, she is going to ruin the day. Dooms will rue the day that they challenged her. She is so powerful. When she dies, she takes everybody with her. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, Lily and Leah, they provide so much utility. Merlin provides so much reflect rate for that Dooms team. And you've got the units up here, Talos, Dullahan, what a pair. I mean, you know, what is there to talk about these two? You just stick them on the front 2 row, and then they'll defend the rest of the team. No two ways about it. Macaria's, unfortunately, she's fallen off recently, but has been kind of revived with Pandora. Pandora's another unit which I've not talked about, but again, is so strong, so strong. The scaling that she does, the increasing coefficient here. So what this means is every time she performs her ultimate attack. Every time she performs her ultimate attack, this goes up by 200%. So Pandora deals 450, and then she performs her ultimate attack, it goes up to 650. Doesn't seem great until you combine it with this one. When an ally kills an enemy, they'll cast this skill again. In own active skill round, so in round 3, she's going to cast her ultimate, and then in round 1 she's going to cast her ultimate as well. So every single round she's going to be casting her ultimate, increasing this by 200%, up to a maximum of 2000%, I believe. And then as well, if you have her runes, and you do have her full runes, she's got 60% chance to take an additional action as well. So she can potentially ultimate twice every single round for the entire game. It's no joke. It is really powerful. And then you've got Audrey. Audrey just, she takes and takes and takes. She takes all of the enemy's healing. She takes all of the shielding that she can get. She does dish out a little bit to the team, but again, so strong. Isis is an unknown to me. I'm on the fence about Isis. I think they've got to make some changes with her. I think specifically they've got to change this passive here. When an enemy hero dies, randomly summons one fallen hero into the battlefield as a spirit hero into an empty allied slot. This is incorrect. It only goes to the extra slot. When they change it, they've got to change it. They really do. But it is what it is. If they don't, she's just going to fall by the wayside. This here, summon it into, say for example, if you have Mavis die a bunch of times, then Mavis comes back, she'll die a bunch of times again, and so on and so forth. She has the potential to be the most powerful monarch, but at the moment she's not, and this needs to be decreased. So stacking up to 15 times and giving 200k attack and 2 million HP per stack would be my suggestion. But again, we'll see. And Leviathan, you can actually get Percival up to level 150. As you can see, I've got Percival up to 150. The rest are at 113, 125, 118, 107, 130, etc., etc. The reason that Percival is up to 150 is because of Leviathan. So you only need 2 units to beat Percival up to level 150, and you only need her at 6 stars or 7 stars, I believe. Let's just check. Yeah, you need her up to 7 stars or potentially even 9 stars to do this, but 7 stars should be enough. Just a bit more RNG, but you need her and you need Leandra as well in order to get Percival up to 150. You just use both of those two on the same team. You don't need any other units on the team. I've seen clear records at 150 or level 150 where it's just those two on the team, and it is just Leviathan effectively redirecting Percival's own attack back at him. Again, so strong. Every unit on here is really strong, and you should be prioritizing this synergy over all of the other synergies. Don't care about, I mean, maybe you do need to get Atrops, you need to get Gaia, you need to get where is she, Dahlia, and then you need to get Wuzatan from here. But in my opinion, you should be prioritizing getting that Monarch synergy as quickly as possible to build up 2 full teams, or potentially even 3 full teams, in order to clear the story mode, in order to clear Palace of Penrose, in order to clear Lost City. And in your guild challenges, maybe not guild challenges in Grey Shroom Realm, stuff like that, but in order to beat the Rift Odyssey events for the seasonal stuff, you need to get Monarchs. No two ways about it. It is so important to this game. It really is. Just getting as many Monarchs as you can, and then building them up as quickly as possible to get that Monarch synergy. Again, you need the units up to at least 8 stars in order to get that Monarch synergy, and then you need 3 to 4 Monarchs on a team for it to be super effective. But that's it from me. I've gone through all of my my top picks again for Monarch, either Elisha or Pandora, Elisha or Aphrodite, depending on who you want to or where you want to be strong. If you want to be strong in PvP, you prioritize Aphrodite. If you want to be strong in PvE, then you prioritize Elisha. And that's again. These are all my opinions. If you disagree with them, absolutely fine. Disagree with them all you like. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know why I'm wrong. And also, yeah, just let me know what you think about all of these synergies. I will be doing more of this type of video. We have covered all of the faction synergies. We've covered all of the Valkyrie synergies, and now the Rune synergies have been covered as well. But there is still relics to go. There's still seasonal artifacts to go. It's not super relevant seasonal artifacts because they can change, but I would suggest stick around and we'll jump into some more stuff. All right, you have a great day. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon.